Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is called Sigma 56, back with another Vorkath banger, episode 62 this time. This is actually my second take because I managed to die 2,000 bones so far. That is quite something, quite nice, quite fresh in total from the 1,095 kills we've done so far. No way. I failed. I messed up. So let's give it another shot today, alright? And let's see if we could maybe get the pets or the skeletal visage. That would be really nice. As you probably saw from the clip I showed you where I died, yeah, it is a little bit rough like that. like, I was kind of a little bit AFK, to be honest. In my head, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna kill the spawn, right, let's go. And I didn't swap to my staff quickly enough, and then it was already too late. And then, I got comboed for Dragonfire Breath attacked there too, so my bad, guys. My bad, but we'll see if we can make up for that little death there. It is quite forgiving though, and I'm really thankful. Wait, what the fuck? What is this? Excuse me! Brother! Why is my staff not on autocast? Oh no. That's not very fresh. That's not very fresh at all. Like, what the hell happened? Brother, I am so confused. What happened? I am honestly so confused. Why does that happen? Why does my staff go off of autocast sometimes? I have no idea. But we are going to, just roll with the punches here and see what we can, get. So that was our first kill of today. If you don't count the previous ones from my failed attempt. That's the first kill of this session. And yeah, we'll just have to see how this one goes. I might have to disappoint you guys with this one, because god damn, I mean, I do not know what to say. Like, why does my staff do that though? I have no idea. If you guys know why the staff goes off of autocast like that sometimes, even though you don't put it like off of it yourself, let me know down in the comments, because that sure would be helpful. Right. Special attack. Give him the claw. The staff. Kill the spawn. Alright. And it seems like we're doing just fine so far. This is a second kill, and we still have 9 tuna potatoes left. So, yeah, depending on the RNG here, we might just be able to do maybe 4 kills, maybe 5. I shouldn't have stepped on the acid there, but it is what it is. 45, finishing it off with that. Alright, we get dragon plate legs and bolts, dragon bolts. That's a very welcome drop, considering that I died earlier. And no, I did not pick up any of the loot from my failed attempt, because I left it all on the ground like that. I wasn't really expecting to die there, honestly. Yep. So, yeah. I guess that's the lesson of today, if you want to make extra sure that you don't die, guys, make sure that if you are using the Slayer Staff to cast Crumble Undead, that you have it on auto cast, because if you don't, then brother, you just may be cooked, you know. And this one right here is gonna be our kill number 1098 once we finish this one. Yep. A little divine super combat there. Hit a 57, 46. We're getting those good hits in, so who knows? It's looking a little bit, you know, like we could maybe potentially get 5 kills too. Unless he turns into rage mode and just like slaps out cheeks. But if that doesn't happen, there's a good chance that we might just make it, guys. And guys, I just want to tell you this again. Lovely. We get another Dragon Ball drop. Lovely. So yeah, as I was saying, I just want to tell you this, guys, that you really want to make sure that you keep the doctor away. I don't know if it's the same thing with you guys, but whenever I go outside, like, you know, to take a little walk in the forest, maybe, go, you know, whatever it may be, maybe I would go buy some groceries or go to university. Sometimes I see the doctor, you know, just like kind of stalking me. And, you know, it's just like a little bleak reminder that I need to do my daily Vorkaths, because if I don't, I know what's coming for me, and, you know, it's nothing good. It's nothing good, you know? There was this one time when I was going out on a little walk in the nearby forest, you know, just on a little lovely forest road, a small one like that. Really atmospheric, really, you know, it was a really nice evening. You know, the birds were singing, and, you know, I was just listening to the wind, you know, the humming of the wind and the birds and the nature, a nearby river, just, you know, having the water trickle down, you know. It was a really lovely atmosphere. Yet, there was this one time when I saw the doctor just like briefly behind a tree, you know, stalking me, looking at me. And I instantly turned my gaze away from them. And, you know, I started taking a little bit of a faster pace, you know. I was walking, I was jogging away from them. And, you know, then eventually I was running, you know. I didn't dare to look behind my back because I didn't want to face the reality whether the doctor was actually there or not, you know, chasing after me. So I picked up the pace and, you know, started running. And there was like this kind of a little route along the road in the middle of it, like a little tree route. And I tripped on that route, alright? And I was panicking so hard. So, you know, I was just, you know, crawling away, trying to make myself back to civilization. And, you know, I could see some cars and, you know, people walking. And, you know, I was like, oh my god, I gotta make it. And I never dared to look behind my back because, you know, I was just so scared of the doctor possibly getting me. And, you know, punishing me for not, you know, doing my daily Vorkaths, you know? And it was tough. It was really tough, yeah. But eventually I did crawl, and I did crawl my way out of the forest, you know? Some people were wondering, like, oh my god, what are you doing, man? Like, why just crawling around there? But, you know, they could never understand. They could never understand the fear, the horror, the terror of the doctor just chasing me, you know? And after that, I went home and I immediately did my daily Vorkath trip, you know? Immediately. No hesitation whatsoever. It was like I was being held at gunpoint, you know? Someone holding a gun behind my head. And yeah, thankfully I was able to do my daily Vorkath though, and I instantly felt like a really big relief. Like, you know, there was this huge pressure coming off of me. Anywho's, enough yapping. Let's do the price check. So let's pick up all the loot here. We got a lot of loot, not gonna say. And we finished it off with actually 1,100. A nice little round number too. Right, would you look at that? And let's do the price check. So it seems we got a good amount here. The bones, 247k. The diamonds, the adamantite ores, the blue dragon hides, the dragonstone bolt tips, rune longswords, and the big boys. Boom, boom, and boom. That is a lot of money, not gonna lie. And in total, that is a mil and 172k. A mil and 72k if you know, minus the little death that I had. But yeah, thank you guys for watching today's episode. This was called Sigma 56, back with my Vorkath the Day Keeps the Ducks Away series. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.